Within the last few hours, we've learned that legendary Atlanta radio personality Wanda Smith passed away. Now, the station that Smith most recently worked for, V103 Atlanta, announced her death on social media.
Just one day after celebrating her 58th birthday, the entertainment world was hit with some heartbreaking news. Wanda Smith, one of Atlanta's most recognized radio personalities, had passed away. For many people who grew up listening to morning radio, Wanda was more than just a host. She was a familiar voice.
I just felt the tension, like, every time I would ask him something or say something, it was like he kind of came for me. And I'm not that kind of comedian. Like, I don't go tit for tat. I don't, that's not what I do. Nick Cannon asked me to go to Wild 'N Out. I'm like, dude, that's not my thing. I mean, so just because of the respect that I have for him, when he started coming at me, it kind of threw me off. So I didn't know how to retaliate or how to come back, because that's not how I wanted to talk to him. I didn't want to talk to him like that. I didn't want to go back and forth with him because of the respect. So when it kept going on and on and on, as a person that has integrity, I had to say something back. And I didn't want to.
A source of laughter and a major figure in Atlanta media for decades. Wanda built an impressive career that many aspiring radio personalities could only dream of. She spent years entertaining listeners, interviewing celebrities, and becoming a household name throughout.
Of a largely homosexual fan base. That's why she got canceled. Gay people don't take it kindly that you would.
Out Atlanta. However, despite all her success, there was one moment that many people believe changed the course of her career forever. That moment was her highly publicized interview with comedian.
Telling us about what's going on in jail.
Yes, ma'am, and getting out to tell you. But I'm going to tell you at an arena named Phillips, and you going to tell me at the Atlanta Comedy Theater.
That's right, true.
Tomorrow, be there.
All right.
Red Grant show, I know I'll be there. Don't miss it.
Red Grant, Katt Williams, thank y'all for coming through, man.
Yes.
And thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming in.
I see why people come to Wanda's show.
Yeah.
Because Frank Ski puts it down.
That's right. Get on out of here with your crazy ass.
Is he crazy?
And help me get to the salon. All right, it's the People Station V103. Your hair is kind of...
That joint was...
My hair is 19 inches long and I have no perm.
You don't?
Oops.
Oh, that's not a perm.
No, it is not. Nice lady.
That's natural?
Come run one of your gnarled fingers.
Here.
While you on air.
Come
so
on.
they can hear you live.
Katt Williams. Long before social media became the center of entertainment news, radio personalities had enormous influence. During the 1990s and early 2000s, radio stations were where people went to hear celebrity interviews, breaking stories, and the latest.
She has a conversation about, okay, now, I just want to talk to you because you just won an Emmy for the city of Atlanta, and this is in Atlanta, and they just want to hear about the Emmy and hear from you and to thank you for what you did putting the city on.
Right. Okay.
And we won't talk about your kids. We won't talk about jail, no cases. We ain't going to talk about none of that.
Right.
And immediately gets in there and goes the opposite way. You can't flip up on me because you're an inferior comedian. I'm going to destroy you, and I'm never going to call you out of your name. I'm never going to say anything disrespectful.
This gossip. Wanda Smith was one of the biggest stars in that world. As co-host of the popular Frank and Wanda in the Morning on V103, Wanda became a favorite among listeners. Her personality, humor, and quick wit helped the show become one of the highest-rated morning programs in Atlanta. Beyond radio, she also explored other opportunities in entertainment. She performed stand-up comedy, worked as a writer on comedy projects, and appeared in several films. Over the years...
Do you cook for your kids?
Absolutely.
Tell me some of the things you cook that they are proud of. Like, Dad made some. You got the best spaghetti. You got the best steak. What do you have? Tell us what you cook.
As a father of 7 with an unlimited food budget, you can make whatever is necessary.
I
with
said
7,
what they like.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
I'm
I
still
said what do they
answering.
like?
Just because you're a poor interviewer doesn't mean...
I said you answer the question and just tell me
Man, you're a
what they
strong
like.
black woman. Is it
Answer
okay
the
for me to
question. Come on.
You keep interrupting the answer. Everyone can hear it. It sounds like you like me a little bit. It starts.
Wanda interviewed countless celebrities. She had conversations with musicians, actors, comedians, and public figures from all walks of life. Because of her experience, she was known for being confident and comfortable during interviews. But even with all that experience, nothing could have prepared her for what happened when Katt Williams appeared on her show.
Whatever, little mama.
If your cholesterol is 600,
Whatever, little mama.
I'm Lil Mama's baby daddy.
No, you little mama.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, girl.
And what are you, girl? You probably shouldn't talk about sizes.
No, that's okay.
You big on the radio.
That's right. And you're
Interviews started like many others. According to reports, Wanda and her co-host had agreed beforehand that they would avoid discussing certain sensitive topics. The plan was to focus on Katt's work, upcoming projects, and positive developments in his career. However, once the interview began, things quickly took a different direction. Instead of sticking to the original plan, Wanda started asking questions about Katt's children and some of the controversies that had surrounded him. For many listeners, the atmosphere in the studio immediately changed. The conversation became tense, and it was clear that Katt was not pleased with the direction of the interview. Katt later suggested that the questions felt like an attempt to put him on the defensive. One question about what he cooked for his
No,
$12.
no. That all is available.
$12,
If you want to have Wanda's jewelry, please go to
Shay.
or Quick Trip at any point.
Come get
If you
Miss
buy
Cat.
2 packs of Newport 100s, they will give you everything Wanda has on right now for $7.99, and it comes with a free car wash. Won't you come on down?
Yes, thank you.
children seemed to catch him by surprise. Anyone familiar with Katt Williams knows that he has always been very protective of his family, and especially his children. Rather than backing away from the uncomfortable moment, both sides continued exchanging comments. Wanda
To be honest with you, when I found out Katt Williams was coming, I got excited. Okay, I know many people think, well, you know who Katt Williams is. Katt Williams and I have never officially really met. Like, we don't know each other, like, as in friend, comics. We've never worked on a tour together. We've never worked together. So this was really a big deal for me to have him come in. So when they told me he was in the green room, you said to me, Wanda, go in the back and see if you can get him to come on, because he had told our producers that he wasn't going to come on. So I went to the back in the green room, and I was like, hey, everybody, which I always do. And I said, good morning. And then he goes, I'm not coming on the show. I wasn't booked to come on the show. And I said, it's okay if you want to come on. Like, come on. So I was teasing with him about coming on. And so then, he kept saying no. I said, but why? I said, come on. I've never been on air with you. I say, so come on. Here's a great opportunity. So Red Grant, myself, and Gary started to walk towards the studio. And when we got in here, he still was saying no. He was outside the studio. So I started playing little clips like, come on in, making him feel good about coming in. I'm excited that he's coming in. So, once he got in,
made remarks about Katt's appearance, his clothing, and other personal topics. Instead of ignoring the comments, Katt responded with jokes of his own. What followed became one of the most talked about celebrity interviews in radio history.
That joint was.
My hair is 19 inches long, and I have no perm.
you don't.
Oops.
Oh, that's not a perm.
No, it is not. Nice lady.
That's natural.
Come run one of your gnarled
Well,
fingers.
come here. Come here.
While you on air,
come
so
on.
they can hear you live.
Come on. Let me come over here.
No. That's not how that works.
Oh, okay. Well, then stay over there.
Don't worry, ain't nobody putting their hands through yours.
That's right. They don't have.
The conversation quickly turned into a back-and-forth roast session. Katt fired off joke after joke, and many listeners found the exchange entertaining. Wanda responded with her own remarks, but as the interview continued, public opinion seemed to shift heavily in Katt's favor. One of the most memorable moments came when Katt criticized Wanda's appearance, while Wanda responded by making fun of his outfit. The exchange generated laughter from many listeners, but it also created a wave of attention.
Was the fact that before I go in there, she has a conversation about, okay, now, I just want to talk to you because you just won an Emmy for the city of Atlanta, and this is in Atlanta, and they just want to hear about the Emmy and hear from you and to thank you for what you did putting the city on.
Right. Okay.
And we won't talk about your kids. We won't talk about jail, no cases. We ain't going to talk about none of that.
Right.
And immediately gets in there and goes the opposite way. You can't flip up on me because you're an inferior comedian. I'm going to destroy you, and I'm never going to call you out of your name. I'm never going to say anything disrespectful to people that look like you. It's a very thin line I got to call, but this lady is trying to embarrass me in front of a largely homosexual fan base. That's why she got canceled. Gay people don't take it kindly that you would, as a derogatory, call me gay. Gay people don't feel like it's derogatory. So why are you trying to shame me with something in a community I don't even belong in? There's no gay people saying I belong over there.
That neither side probably expected. Once clips from the interview started spreading online, the situation exploded. Millions of people watched the videos. Even individuals who had never listened to Atlanta radio became familiar with Wanda Smith because of that interview. Years later, people were still sharing clips and discussing what happened. As the interview continued gaining attention, Wanda faced criticism from many viewers who believed she had started the
when he got the news.
It hit me pretty bad. It hit me pretty bad. I had heard that she wasn't doing well. She was a very private person, and I never expected that. I never expected that. Sometimes it wasn't money.
Ski would not comment on Smith's cause of death. He says she wanted to keep that private.
She was so private that myself, Ricky Smiley, and others wanted to do a fundraiser for her, and she shut it down. She would not let us do it.
With this illness recently this year?
Yeah.
Wow.
She didn't want people to know.
confrontation. Others felt that Katt's response went too far. The public became divided, and debates about who was right and who was wrong continued for years. Wanda later spoke about the incident and suggested that the interview had a major impact on her career. She felt that many people unfairly blamed her for what happened. People naturally began speculating about the reasons behind her departure. Some believed the fallout from the Katt Williams interview may have played a role. Others felt there were likely additional factors behind the scenes that the public never learned about. Despite the challenges, Wanda did not completely walk away from entertainment. She continued performing comedy and remained connected with many of her longtime supporters. Her loyal fan base stayed with her through difficult times and continued supporting her work whenever possible. At one point, there were reports that she would be joining a new radio project with Ricky Smiley. Fans were excited about the possibility of hearing Wanda back on the air. She even hinted at the opportunity online. However, the announcement eventually disappeared, and the project never officially moved forward. After that, Wanda became much less visible in the public eye. Appearances became rare, and many fans wondered what she was doing. Few people knew about the personal struggles she may have been facing behind the scenes. Then came the heartbreaking news of her passing. Many people who had worked with Wanda over the years expressed shock and sadness. Former colleagues shared memories of her kindness, humor, and dedication to her craft. For many listeners, her death marked an end of an important chapter in Atlanta radio history. Even now, discussions about Wanda Smith's career often return to that famous interview with Katt Williams. Some believe it unfairly overshadowed all of the accomplishments she achieved during her decades in entertainment. Others see it as a turning point that changed public perception of her career. Regardless of where people stand, there is no denying that Wanda Smith left a lasting mark on radio, comedy, and Atlanta entertainment. She spent decades making people laugh, informing listeners, and building a connection with her audience. While debates about the Katt Williams interview may continue, many fans would rather remember the years of hard work, talent, and dedication that helped make Wanda Smith a true radio legend.